Welcome to this week's episode 7 of 8. Today we are going to discuss documentation. I know, documentation sucks and no one wants to do it, not even me, a process person, but hopefully today I will convince you or remind you why it saves you time and errors, and share some tips on how to make it much easier and faster to do. Hi, I'm Rebecca, a business operations advisor helping busy business owners get time back without working more. Let's get into it. Why do we document processes? What saves you time, effort, errors, headaches, confusion, stress, arguments? There are a bunch of reasons for documenting processes. We want to get people on the same page, literally. It ensures everyone does it the same way. New people can also learn it quickly. It also reduces opportunities for errors or quality issues because of missed steps or it being done in a different way. It matters for business continuity. If you want to delegate it, you can. Here's the instructions. If the person who normally does it calls in sick, it can be covered. Someone moves on from the business, you're not screwed. Also, to define it, we've just been through an exercise over the past 6 weeks of optimizing, so you have your processes beautifully defined. But if you hadn't, saying it out loud, so to speak, often highlights opportunities for improvement. And of course, growth. For the ability to scale, a business needs to be systems with processes to grow fast and steady. What is documentation? Basically, it's any form of communication that explains or describes or sets out instructions. For the most part, we're talking about a written up set of action steps and context as to why the process is there, its goal, what it connects to, who's involved perhaps. There's no single way to do documentation, and if you think you've never done it before, you probably have. If you've ever explained something or written a handover, that's all documentation is. What should you include? Tricky. There's no rules. In theory, you can do whatever you like. There isn't a single system. But I recommend to include the following. Create a hierarchy of processes so they can be stored sensibly, maybe by department or by product, depending on your business. I also like to number them 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.2, etc. so they're easy to find. In my view, you want to give it quite a descriptive name, definitely an owner, who's responsible for running the process and for updating the documentation. Normally that's the same person. You'll want a date of when it was last updated and when it's due to be reviewed. Does it have any processes it waits on to get started or kick-starts? Dependees. Context, why does the process exist? What transformational goal does it achieve? And any apps or tools or machines it involved, and if they need keys or password and how they can be obtained. And of course, a step-by-step guide. I like creating a fill in this template with each of these categories I want, so it's easy peasy for people to do and to understand, and everyone's done the exact same thing. Okay, the good bit. How do we make documenting super simple? Well, we are very lucky. We live in an age of AI, which has revolutionized super boring tasks like this. We don't need to sit at a blank piece of paper and just type anymore. If it's a computer-based process, there is apps that will follow your screen, follow where you click, take screenshots, and write up the instructions for you. If your process involves screen stuff and physical world stuff, you could utilize ChatGPT and make an assistant. For example, the assistant could interview the process owner and then fill in a template. These days, that doesn't involve any code, so most of us, with a little patience and some time to watch some YouTube videos, would be able to do that. Voice to text, another game changer. You could talk your process and then the computer can transcribe it for you and either use that to fill in a template or again get AI to do that for you. It might not be perfect, but what a massive time save on a blank piece of paper. do a meeting and use note-taking software. Either a meeting with yourself or a handover meeting. Use one of these apps to transcribe what happened at the meeting and write up the process for you. Video, screen recording, these are all options. If you don't have anything documented or you want a proper system, I would definitely consider the AI route. The time saving will be massive. It's actually something that I am building in my new suite of automation offers just because it just helps business owners so much. And let's be honest, for many it'll mean the difference between actually bothering to do the documentation and not. Well done you. You are almost there. One episode left next week. We'll be looking at how do you get your team to come along with you and get them to actually do the new processes. See you next Thursday.